Hello, everybody. Today I am going to talk to Hamid Al Rayami from UAE, from Dubai, and we are planning to talk about usual things, most probably films, acting, life, and all that. So, thank you for joining me. And all the people, those who are following Mr. Hamid Al Rayami, can join also here, I guess. And here I'm inviting Mr. Hamid Al Rayami.
His name properly, I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Alaikum.
Okay, I can see you, but can you see me?
I can see you very well. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you, Mr. Adil? I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
I'm very well. Very
I'm
well.
glad to see you finally.
I'm glad to see you too. We have been in touch over phone for some time now, and I'm feeling better after my jet lag. Still, I slept all day, and I'm a bit better now.
Alhamdulillah. Your look is very nice, mashallah, better than your previous movie. I feel it is the new look for new movie.
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Actually, if you will be in my account, I will show you some of your clips, but unfortunately now I'm a visitor, so I can't show you the videos and clips of which I done in my Instagram. But anyhow,
Okay,
I
I'm
can
sorry
ask
about that.
question. And anyhow, I can ask you some questions. First of all,
Yes.
I said to my Arab colleagues that in Arabic, Mr. Adil Hussain, he is one of famous actor in Hindi cinema. He is well known by his acting in previous movies, in Asami movies. Even he did Bengali movies, and also he did stage drama in his childhood time and also in his teenage time. And still, he is a very well-known actor in stage drama also. So, Mr. Adil Hussain, my first question is a little bit joint question with my idol Dharamji. Your father and Dharamji father were to be teachers, and in spite of they are teachers, I don't know how come you been in film department or film acting, in acting department.
I don't know. I think my father, in spite being a teacher, he also was a Muslim marriage registrar after he resigned from being a teacher because he was too honest and he fought with the governing body and he gave up his teachership. But he was a big devotee and lover of art. He loved acting. He loved classical music. He was a big lover of literature. So there was an environment in the house, but being grown up in a Muslim family, as you would know, that we were not encouraged to sort of practice art because of the sort of fear of what will people say. And
Yeah.
but he had immense love for the craft of acting. He enjoyed. He grew up watching movies, And when I wanted to be an actor, he was not happy. Not because that it is not good as a profession morally, but he was not happy about the economic side of it. Because in those days, India, and I grew up in one part of India which was far away from Bombay or a film world, so he had no idea about anything, and neither did I have any idea about anything. So, but I fell in love with acting, and he had to sort of accept it. He gave up on the vision, his vision about myself, that he wanted me to do my master's in English and teach English literature in the local college in the hometown. That's what his dream about me was. But I failed him as a son. But he was happy when he was alive till 2003. He passed away at the age of 93. But before he passed away, he saw one of my interviews, which came on BBC because I went to act in London on the stage. And he was very happy that, oh, his son is not so bad because he trusted BBC more than his son.
Wow.
So, yeah, so he was very happy that I was being interviewed on BBC in 2003. Yeah.
That's really encourageable because parents usually they don't like sons to be in this kind of fields, especially the old mine parents. But alhamdulillah, your father was encouraging you, and I believe your whole family. But Mr. Adil, you are from Assam, and I know Assami people, unki Hindi आसान नहीं है. Their Hindi is little bit difficult, and I know when they say something in Hindi for male, they say it as a female, like tum kahan jati ho for male.
Correct. Correct.
In spite of this, you learned Hindi and Urdu. How come this?
Yes. Well, Hindi cinema was the most popular entertaining medium in the country. You know, like even not only in India but also in the Middle East, in Russia, in in Arab countries, in Egypt. Like when I landed in Egypt, the first thing the taxi driver asked me, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from India." "Oh, Amitabh Bachchan." And then I was in a country called Latvia shooting for a film, and the taxi driver started singing "Mera Juta Hai Japani, Meri Baal Hindustani," of Rajkumar. So Hindi cinema were very popular in Assam, and most of the Hindi words that we learned was from Hindi cinema. I grew up watching Dharamji's movie. I remember watching Dharamji's Yadon Ki Barat, and I came out as a teenager, coming out from the cinema hall like, "Don't mess with me,"
Yes.
So I saw Dharamji's Yadon Ki Barat 3 times. I still remember bunking my school.
Wow.
And, Amitabh Bachchan, Dharamji, Randhir Kapoor, Shatrughan Sinha, Vinod Khanna. So we grew up watching them, and they all spoke in Hindustani, not pure Hindi, but Hindustani, which is mixed with Urdu and Hindi. So that's how I learned. And then after that, when I came to study at the National School of Drama, we had teachers who taught us Hindi and also the pronunciation, the diction, the accent, different accent of Hindi language, like Haryanvi, Uttar Pradesh Hindi, Bihar Hindi, so all that. And I had a knack for sound of, I was a mimic actor also when I was in Assam. So it was a natural sort of talent I had, and it worked. It helped me a lot.
Yeah, that will be shocking to Arab audience, especially because I know about this. Mr. Adil Hussain, you used to be a drama actor and stage drama, and also stand-up comedy was affected to you, and you also did mimicry because you were watching some people who doing mimicry, you want to mimic them. So how come this happened? And especially Arab people, they are shocking now. You are doing mimicry for actors like Rajkumar and I believe Dharamji Amitabh.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question you asked me.
The question. What is attract you mostly to be an actor, and how come this mimicry story come to you?
Okay. Well, I think mimicry is a product of imitation, and all human beings born on the planet Earth, we all learned our mother tongue by imitating our parents, our, caregivers, and our friends, our neighbors. So we all use this tool of imitation, and we learn the language, we learn to walk, we learn to talk, we learn to behave the way we behave according to the society that you are born. So imitation is natural in every baby. We learn to smile, we learn to laugh, like when I make this sound to clear my throat, like I sound like my dad, So that's like a very embedded natural tendency of every human being. And then when we start idealizing an actor who we like, so we start listening to the voice. And if you have a tendency to act naturally, then you learn what are the difference between your voice and the actor's voice. For example, say Rajkumar, I loved him, his way of throwing his dialogue. जानी तुम जानते नहीं हम किस खेत के मूली है इतने साल बीते महीने बीते मौसम बदले तुम्हारा चित्र चैन something like that
wow
so,
yes, right.
So and then say Amitabh Bachchan will be like अगर किसी ने हिलने की कोशिश की तो भून के रख दूंगा So
wow, I'm shocked.
So and then Shatrughan Sinha would speak, in his volume like, "Oh, kiss haram zada ne."
Khamosh, yes.
Khamosh, So I understood the vocal placement of the voice, where you have to open the vocal cord in order to accommodate where to place the voice inside your throat. These are the techniques that I learned naturally as a keen listener and observer. So that is a fundamental. These are the fundamental tools I think an actor, the person who loves acting, would have. And we start even before that. We start even imitating how our dad walks, how our dad talks, our teachers talk, quite often we do that. When we come back home, my teacher said, don't talk too much, So we learn how to do that. And so then I felt that I started doing theater. And when I did my first play at the age of 8, I loved that feeling of being on the stage, and the time sort of stood still. Half an hour felt like 5 minutes, and I felt like, oh my God, this is magic. And then every year I continued to do theater in the school, in the college. And by the time I was 13 or 14, I just got influenced by all these great actors that I just named, Bachchan Saab, and Amjad Khan, and all that. And I said, I'd like to go to Bombay and become an actor. So I decided to be an actor at the age of 13 or 14. I forgot.
Oh, you remind me of so many actors which are really very good in their field. Like in Arab world also, there's so many superstars. They became superstar by mimicking actors, superstar actors. Then they became actors in the cinema. Mr. Adil, I want to give you first a little break. I will give you Arabic Qahwa. It's called Arabic Qahwa coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Our style is like we put it in this cup. We call it this.
Okay.
Dalla.
You can pour a little bit here. You can pour a little bit here.
Why not?
Thank you.
Yeah. This is, we call it in UAE Dalla, which is called big mug. And this is called Finjan.
Finjan.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we put it to visitor as a quarter, not full, quarter.
Oh, okay. So mine is also quarter.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, quarter. That's our tradition style. And we, if we give it to the visitor, he drink it or she drink it. If they want more, they pass it like this. If they don't want more, they will do like this. Mundi hilaenge aisa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Yeah, why not? And the specialty of coffee, we drink it with some sweets like this one. It's Arabic sweet. It's called Gemat.
Okay.
It's look like gulab jamun, but it's not gulab jamun. It's Gemat. with
Oh,
honey.
right. Wow. Oh, this looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. I have to come to Dubai and I have to visit a traditional house which I have never visited
Of
and
course.
have to actually taste it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time.
That's the reason I'm doing this to you, to attract you to come my home.
Okay, thank you. I will. I would love to
Inshallah.
come and visit your home.
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Mr. Adil, as you are stage drama actor, and I believe of
Yeah.
stage drama actors, they have some difficulty when they go to the cinema or when they face the camera. Because I'm a movie director also. I did so many
Right,
movies in my
right.
country. And when I choosing a stage drama actor, I face some difficulty of their movement. When they come to the camera,
Yes.
they move their hand, they move their face. I told them,
Yes.
no, please focus
Yes.
that the camera taking you from some angles. So how come you
Yes,
learned
yes.
this what is called system?
For me, it is very simple. For example, if I am on the stage and the audience is at least 10 meters away, the first row of the audience is at least 10 meters away if you are in a small auditorium. If in a big auditorium, the last row is maybe 30 meters away, 20 meters away. So then if I say something and if I express something, I have to make it big so that the last member of the, who is sitting at the end of the auditorium can understand or feel it. Not only understand, but they should also feel what is happening inside me.
Mm-hmm.
But on camera, it comes close. It comes till here. Like it can come to, like this, the eyes. So you don't have to express it. You have to just feel it. And the camera catches you. If the feeling is true, if it is not fake, if it is not artificial, then you tend to do a lot of things with your hands and with like I'm doing right now, with your eyes like, hey, you don't have to even do this also. You can just do that and you will feel that I'm angry. You don't have to raise the, So, so that is almost like camera is something like somebody the audience is sitting on my lap and this close. And I don't have to scream. I don't have to raise my eyebrows this much to make this person feel what I am feeling. That's a very technical thing. And it needs a bit of practice. So initially I struggled, but when I saw my movies, I'm like, oh, I'm doing too much. I don't need to move my hand. I don't need to move my eyebrows so much. I don't need to raise my eyebrow also. I don't need to even, do this. Just stay, just be quiet and stay still is way more important than moving too much. So I learned the hard way, but that's very simple for me. Like, where is the audience? Audience is not far away. Even the camera is far away, but the camera lenses can come till here, till your, mid close, extreme close, and maybe sometimes far, in a long shot. Then you move your hand a little bit, it's okay to express yourself. And if the mic is here, I don't need to speak. Like, for example, even today, I'm speaking, my mic is here. I feel I'm speaking to you there, but I'm not trusting the mic.
Yes.
I don't need to be loud, but I'm not sure how good is this Bose earphone. Is it good? Can you hear me clearly?
It is very clear.
Okay, good.
Crispy.
It's good. Okay, good. So I don't have to speak loud. So, so that's the fundamental technique, and one has to just practice it a little bit and correct oneself after watching oneself on the screen every time.
Yes, great. Actually, people, they should know about this technique, because the people, they thought that the stage drama actor, he can do very good in cinema or in the, and they should know that they have so many difficulties of camera, and when they are coming, or different kind of instruction, different kind of direction. That's what you faced, Mr. Adil. It is very difficult, and mashallah, you achieve it very well. In 2004,
Mr. Hamid, do you have a acting school in Dubai?
Yeah, actually, we have New York Institute branch in Abu Dhabi, I'm from
Oh,
Abu
you
Dhabi.
have. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm like you. I'm from New Delhi, and people who doing acting in Mumbai. So Abu Dhabi is like New Delhi,
Okay.
and Mumbai is
Okay.
Dubai.
Yes. The Mumbai
Yeah,
is Dubai. Okay. You are in Abu
yeah.
Dhabi.
I'm in Abu Dhabi,
Okay.
in the
Okay.
capital of
Okay.
United Arab
Okay.
Emirates.
But you
We
have
have
some sort of institute there?
Yes, we used to have a New York institute before, but these days I don't know what's happened to the institute. But
Okay.
we are
Okay.
completing our studies in the college, like Higher College of Technology
Okay.
and Abu Dhabi Men's College. We have the
Right.
section of
Right.
media
I
and
would I
acting.
would love I would love to come and do a workshop if you want me to sometime when I'm free.
Why not? Why not? Because we have two
Yeah.
454.
Let me know.
Last year, Mr. Sunil Shetty, he came and he did the workshop for 2 days in Abu Dhabi.
Who?
It is Mr. Sunil Shetty.
Okay. Okay.
He came for 2 days in Abu Dhabi, 2454. And I hope that you
Okay.
visit that place and do a workshop for us there,
Okay. Okay.
inshallah. I'm going to your filmy career now, Mr. Adil. You
Yeah.
started your film career in 2004, I believe, as a leading actor in Bengali movie with Suha Ali Khan. It was in
Correct.
2004. And after that, you start also doing leading actor in TV series. It's called Jasus Vijay or Vijay Jasus
Correct.
from
Yes.
2002 to 2003 with Mr. Ompuri, late Mr. Ompuri.
Yes. Correct.
But after that, suddenly you didn't have a break in Hindi cinema as a leading actor. You are doing like Kamine with Vishal Bhardwaj, small role, and
Right.
Ishqiya, which was a very powerful role, but it
Right.
was not leading man.
Yes.
What's the reason for
Correct.
that?
Actually, after doing the TV series for Doordarshan, which was produced by BBC World Trust Service called Jasus Vijay, after that, I left acting for camera. I got so annoyed and I was so not happy. I felt that I'm wasting my time because I was not artistically fulfilled, the kind of writing which was happening. Because before that, Mr. Hamid, is that I did all the great writers of the world and India, you know, like from Shakespeare to Ibsen, you know, to Indian great writers like Kalidasa or ancient writers like Bhababhuti. So I was not happy with the writing. I felt it's very, it wasn't like fulfilling what I really was looking for, you know. So I left and I started experimenting on acting on a river island in Karnataka from 2004 till 2007. Mid 2007, then I went to Holland in 2007 to teach and act in a theater production. I came back to Delhi in 2008, mid 2008, and then I decided to do only theater and not to act in films because I was not happy with the film acting experience. Because before that, I did theater. And the intensity of the experience acting on the stage was so satisfying and overpowering and overwhelming for me that film, even today, all the films you put together will not be enough. Even the experience of 2 of my shows of the play I did, Othello, of Shakespeare's Othello. So I decided not to act in films. I started teaching at the National School of Drama. And but then in 2009, the assistant director of Mr. Vishal Bhardwaj, called Abhishek Chaube, who came came from Bombay to meet me in Delhi to sort of ask me to act in his film. So I said okay, and I got married also. And by the time money was also important to her.
Of course.
So I decided to act in that, and I liked it. And so that film, though I did not have the lead role, but I got a lot of praise from the critic.
Of course.
and directors. So then they started casting me in films one after the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I remember
till today.
Yeah. I remember I saw Ishqiya in Dubai cinema 2010. It was, of course, Nasruddin Shah, Arshad Warsi, and Vadia Balan
Yes.
show. But when your entrance come, I seeing your interest, and I said to my colleague, my friend, I said, "Is it new Nana Patkar for Indian cinema or new?" You know, your acting style is look like very natural, and it's like we saw you from long time ago.
Right.
For that reason, my question, next question, Mr. Adil, is 2012. It was one of the bright year for me in Indian cinema. Hindi cinema brought so many good movies in this year in 2012,
Yes.
including they also give a good chance for Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Also, Adil Hussain was in 2012 noticeable more. Agent Vinod, Life of Pi, English of English. So how was the experience of 2012 with you?
No, yeah, 2012 was one of the most, the initial phase of my acting in films. And I think 2012 was amazing because all these films that you have mentioned all got released. And one of the films which got released was on my birthday, 5th of October, which was English Vinglish, which became sort of a super duper hit film. And people, those who haven't gone out to watch a movie in cinema halls for like 20 years, 25 years, they went and saw the movie. And it was, of course, Sridevi's comeback movie, and it was made so well. And Sridevi is, I don't have to say, and she is an amazing, amazing actor. And it was written well, directed well. All the characters were cast well. They all had a journey. All the characters, they had journeys, from beginning to the end. Nobody was sort of left behind. It was not only Sridevi, it was all the other actors were also given equal importance. Not equal importance, as much importance as they needed. So it was very well made movie. And so it became sort of in the mainstream audience in India, they sort of started to ask, who is this guy? They might not know my name, but they know my face. So that's what happened quite often at the airport. They'll come to take a selfie and I say, sorry, we don't know your name. I'm like, it's okay. So it was a lot of enquiries after that. Then, the film started coming in, and I'm very grateful that happened. Yeah.
I remember when I saw this English of English, there was some ladies from UAE, Arab ladies. They are so much shouting outside of cinema of your character because they hate you. Because you are behaving with Sridevi like you are, but you really, you confessed them that you are in the right direction, the right character.
Yeah, absolutely. So quite often, a lot of women, they meet me at the airport or mall, and during that time, they would ask me, are you actually like that? Do you behave like that to your wife? I said, well, I will say I don't, but you have to ask my wife if I do. So they asked me then, no, seriously. I said, well, I cook for my wife almost every day. So I think I don't behave like that.
like Ranjit, legendary Ranjit, he's famous in raping actresses in the movies, but in the right life, he's can't see any ladies in the outside home or something.
No. Yes.
Adil, sir, Life of Pi, it's one of my favorite movie, and your character in the movie, it was one of wow. What I can say, suddenly I watched this movie twice. First time in Dubai, and one time I saw it in India also. I came to India visiting India, and in Hyderabad cinema, I was watching Life of Pi with my children, and they loved the movie. Your character in the movie, there is very touchy scene when you are talking to your son about religion, choosing religion for religion. It is not right thing, or it's one of my best scene in the movie. According to that, my question is it religion issue happened so many so many time in film, what they called industry or film, I don't know. In India, they have problem with religion people. Like if he's Buddhist, he is Muslim, he is Christian. I will choose this guy. I will choose that guy. Did you face this kind of stuff in your career?
Never.
Adil?
No, never. I have never faced it. No, not from my childhood. I've never faced it at all. Not in the film industry. No. Never.
Yeah.
I'm always face the opposite. Like, you know, there's the opposite. Yeah. In the film industry, in the art field, this aspect is not there.
Okay, great. Because I heard so many stories, like Imran Hashmi story or some story. For that reason, I thought maybe something happened to you also. Anyway,
No.
we'll drop this question. The question
Yes.
is regarding to your acting. I believe your kind of actors, they don't like to repeat themselves. Adil Hussain, if he doing now teacher role, next movie he will do officer role. After that he will do doctor role. After that he will do father role. But you have done inspector role in 2 movies, one by one. One is Lutera, one was Lutera, and one was May or Charles. But in spite of that, you shining, you showing different. How come this one?
You see, there are in the world, how many police officers are there? There could be few millions, no? So each police officer is a different person. So it is not like I do a father's role. I do a role of a person who is also a father. Like my father and I and your father and you are a father as well, are different people. So it's not the role of a father, but what the role is actually. The story is about a father and a son, could be, or a father or a daughter, but the role is not of a father. The role is of much more than a father. So if there are 7.3 billion population on the planet Earth, there will be 7.2 billion characters, because each one of us are unique. Each one of us is unique. So we do not find, there could be similarities, but there will be immense amount of uniqueness in each human being. But having said that, I had been offered police officer at least in 30 movies after I did my first movie, Lutera.
Of course.
So I know what happened to a very famous actor in India. His name was Mr. Iftikhar Sahib.
Yes, Iftikhar, I know.
He played police officers in all films. I know that Bombay has a habit of casting you only in one kind of role. They box you, they categorize you. So I knew that. And I realized that, and I had put a moratorium that for next 5 years, I will not play a police officer unless it is the lead role or it is one of the lead roles, not just a police officer role. So Mayor Charles, that's why I did that film, because it was Randeep Hooda and my role. 2 male lead roles. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. And then I made sure that I do not play a police officer. There is one more police officer I played in a film, which is not very famous, but it's one of my best 3 films so far. It's called Sunrise.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think it is not available. It was available on Netflix for last 3 years, but it's just taken off. But it is one of my 3 most favorite films. And I play the lead in that. It's a police officer's role, also a father. And it's about, again, looking for his daughter who was kidnapped when she was 10 years old, almost 9 or 10 years ago.
Oh. There is a guy from Kuwait, his name Hassan Khashab. He's saying that, thank you, Mr. Hamad, you show us the other side of Mr. Adil Hussain, because we remember him only in English. You know, English is very famous in UAE, in Arab countries.
I know.
Mr. Adil, after few movies and after few years, you became again in leading role in some stream cinema like Z+. going to
Yes.
one of the famous and great movie which was shown in 2016 in Dubai Film Festival. The name of movie Muktib Hawan.
Hotel Salvation.
Hotel Salvation, yes.
Yes.
Or Muktib Hawan, it is in Arabic,
Yes,
English.
Mukti Bhavan.
English. Yeah. The movie which was a winner of national award, I believe, and it was showed in so many festivals, cinema.
Yes.
I saw it in the Dubai Film Festival. When you give it to me, I forget the name. When you give the clip, I remember the movie because I was in the Dubai Film Festival and I see the movie there. I remember the one of the great scene in the movie when you are shouting to your daughter by Skype. And that scene, it was, you are
Very
saying
funny.
what?
Very
Yeah,
funny.
very funny.
Yeah.
You are talking to your daughter, you're talking to the next to your customer, and you're talking to the to the owner of the coffee shop. What?
Yes.
That was very nice and very natural scene. I have that clip.
Sorry, go on.
I had the clip, but the problem, because I can't show here. If it's my Instagram, I will show it to you.
Yeah,
So I want to ask you your experience about this movie, Mukti Bawan, and the journey to do this movie. And I believe this movie to one of your favorite movie.
Most favorite, one of the three most favorite. This is one of them. Very correct. It is as you have said that it talks about something so intimate, and we all have this experience. The male children, they would have this relationship with their father if the father is alive and has grown old together. They will have this like something against the father most of the time. Very rarely that father-son has got a very lovey-dovey relationship. And I had my problems with my dad. I'm sure our son, who is 10 years old, who would have problems with me. And so I think, so it talks about all the unspoken, grudges and accusations that you cannot actually tell your father, and in a very small space, in a tiny little room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And on the face of death. So they reconciled. So it was very cathartic. And I had my own relationship with my dad before he passed away. I went to him and we talked about, my problems with him. And so we reconciled before he died. So it was very, very... I was remembering quite often about my dad, and also the most important aspect of that is that it was written and directed by a very young person who was, when he wrote, he was 23 years old. When he directed, he was 24 years old. So very, very special film. Very, very special film.
Wow. And the movie is showing the two differences between life and between death, how the combination,
yes.
It was very nice, really.
Yeah,
if you suggest me third name of the movie, I will suggest you Kangaroo. Kangaroo is also a good title for this movie.
Yes.
And the situation of Kangaroo in the movie, because of the father when he's saying that, I want to be in the Dusra Janam, Kangaroo.
Right.
In one scene,
yes.
It was very nice.
Yes, it's a very nice scene, yes.
Mr. Adil, you done so many important roles in mainstream cinema, of course,
Yes.
like the latest movie, Good News, or Kabir Khan. I remember Kabir Singh. I remember Nasiruddin Shah, he said in one of his interviews in early 80s that I don't have any problem to do mainstream cinema and art movies and independent movies. What about Mr. Adil? Adil, you did so many art movies and dramas, and you are doing also mainstream movies, cinema. So do you feel that sometime, I remember Shabana asked me, I did the interview with her, and I asked her, you did so many art movies. How come you did Amar Akbar Anthony? She said to me, it's my job. I want to do this and that because I'm learning. So what about Mr. Adil? Do you feel something different between these cinemas?
Well, I think the first thing which comes to my mind is that if I want to act in films, first of all, I have to understand the craft. And by doing movies of different genre, you see, mainstream film is a different genre altogether. You know, they play it for the audience. Art film audience is that we, the director and the writer, demands attention without trying to play to the gallery. That art house movies audience will have to become curious from their own volition. But commercial film, that they will do something which will attract the audience attention and make them look at the actors and the... So these are two different intentions behind doing these films. There could be some films like, for example, Pariksha. It is not a commercial film. It is not an art house film. If you remember this film, you must have seen that film.
Yeah. My next question about Pariksha.
Right. So then one has to also understand the different genre, and also different directors have different demands. Some directors really want very natural acting, not even looking at the camera. You know, if you're thinking, you're actually thinking. But in commercial movies, you have to show I'm thinking something. You have to show I'm thinking something. You have to do this, you know. But as I said, you cannot generalize it. This is one reason. The other reason is that I have to also pay my bills. I have to also do the films where I get paid little money, but I love the story so much. Like, for example, Mukti Bhavan. They paid me very little, but they gave me so much of artistic satisfaction. But then, so I earned the money as well from the commercial cinema that I do, and I subsidize my engagement in art house cinema. And at the same time, I learn from them. And my presence in the audience's mind also happens that, oh, Adil Hussain is that guy who acted in English Vinglish, is the lead actor in an art house film. So in the market wise also that happens. Adil Hussain, who is in Life of Pi, and who is also played lead in in Mukti Bhavan, for that matter. So there is a for producers it is easier to sort of get the money to do a film, small film.
Okay. Mr. Adil, in this time of Corona time, of course, most of people, they are rely on OTT platform, movies, web series, and most of them, they are similar or they are same. Some is okay and some little bit good. But when the Pariksha came in Z5, I saw the movie. It was very nice movie and one of the best movies on OTT in this recent time. Do you feel after doing this leading role with Mr. Prakash Jha, do you feel Adil Hussain now he will roar again to do more leading roles in the future cinema and future movies? And how was the experience working with Mr. Prakash Jha, one of my favorite director?
Yes. No, it was absolute pleasure to work with him. Before even we started shooting, because we did rehearsals, and I love rehearsals. Being a theater actor, I love rehearsals. And so he was very pleasantly, I was surprised, because I did not know him at all, apart from few films that I saw he directed, and I loved them. So I did not know him at all. But first time when I met, we started rehearsing, and he was the only director so far who understood how to read a script according to the way that I believe. You know, you do not act when you read a script. You just say it flatly. Do not try to act when you read a script. We will only act when we go to the floor. You know, otherwise you read the script, read the text or the dialogues, try to understand, but do not act out when you say it loud while on the table. Well, we call the table reading. When we do the table reading, he did not want us to act at all. He wanted us to say it flat. So that was pleasantly surprising, because most directors, they don't know how to, the craft of acting is different than craft of directing. So most directors are not familiar with how to tell a director, tell an actor what to do. The actor should know, because it is the actor's job to know how to act, and the actor should not encroach the director's department. The director as well should not encroach the actor's department if you have hired the right actor. Because if you have hired an actor, he or she is supposed to deliver what you want. You tell him what you want, or tell her what you want, and I should know how to do it. That's why you're paying me. I mean, you don't have to tell me how to act, because that's my job. So he was very clear on that, and I had great fun working with him. And should I be in the lead role in other films?
Because
Yes,
Mr. Adil, because it's my review also. As a reviewer, when I saw your movie Pariksha, I feel that's now the right time you should sign a movies which you should be as a leading role. I know that you as an actor you want to do this and that and supporting everything, but you should do also at least 2 or 3 movies as a leading role in the future.
Yeah, well, I had been doing, but those films are not sort of commercial films. Now I would be most probably shooting 2 films in England soon. Both of them are in the lead.
Okay.
And but those are independent movies, not like big movies. Because for big movies, the producers have to have the courage to, like Prakash Jha, when he cast me, I asked him, how will you sell this movie? I'm not big star as Salman Khan, because he generally works with actors like, Saif Ali Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, Katrina Kaif. Most of his films have all those actors. So I asked him, you are casting me, how will you sell this film? He said, don't worry about it, we'll do something, but I would like you to play this role. I said, I would love to. So the producers have to have the courage to believe in the film and should not worry about that this film will work or not. The Pariksha has proved it. Pariksha became a trend #1 on Z5 for a month. So, and these days after coronavirus, as you have said, that typical Friday morning, Friday evening, box office, whether it is going to ever work or not, we don't know. So maybe the producers will also start thinking differently, that they will cast the actors, the directors think who would do the role best, not according to their star power and all that. I hope that happens, and we shall, inshallah. Because I'll be happy to, but I'm also happy to play smaller roles. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, of course. And as you said that in this OTT time, सब बराबर है, सब एक मर्तबे के है सब. So that's very nice, when we hear this, and all people have now, I think so many people, they have chance to work more, and they have more noticeable now by audience, especially the OTT platform that give them good chance. So Mr. Adil, tell us about your future movie. I believe that you are doing Bill Bottom. You are doing this movie.
Yes, I just finished shooting in Glasgow. We were shooting. I just came back 4 days ago. And we have few more days of shoot in Delhi in November. And
there is in Dubai also, I believe.
Sorry?
I believe that the Bill Bottom also, they will shoot it in Dubai or some area, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, they will come.
Yeah, I mean, it should be set in some parts are set in Dubai. And
I hope that
where they will shoot, I don't know. Yeah. No, I'm not there in Dubai. I mean, only in Delhi. Yes.
Okay.
And so my next one is releasing next month. It's a series called Star Trek, which is coming out on 15th of October. That is one of my sort of the most expensive series on earth that they had been doing. It will be out on the 15th of October in the US and America, and most probably on Netflix, the same series, Star Trek, will come maybe 1 or 2 days later. There are 2 more films, which is it's a sort of a paranormal thriller where I play the lead, called Nirvana Inn, which is now traveling around the world with in festivals. And yeah, so, and there is one big film which I can't talk much, but little bit, that would be my most in terms of budget wise, the biggest so far, in the lead. Will be produced by the 2 producers of Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm playing the lead in that. Yeah.
Great news, really. It's very great news, and I'm looking forward for your all acting and movies. I will go for some light questions now, because to have some rest. This is a usual question when we ask to celebrities about your favorite things. So, first of all, I want to know your favorite movies. I know it's stuck your mind, but at least you give me 3 or 4 movies, which is your favorite movies all time.
Oh God, one of my most favorite movies is Children of Paradise. Is it Heaven or Paradise? Paradise. It is a French film. Sorry? Les Enfants du Paradis, which is made in 1946, I think. It's a black and white film. It's a French film. This is one of the finest films I have seen. And amongst Hindi films, I would say 2 films, but one is Bengali, called Nirjon Shoikote, On a Lonely Beach, by Tapan Sinha, which is a beautiful, beautiful film.
It's recommended.
And there are so many of them. Bicycle Thief, and Japanese films. There's so many Iranian film. Kiarostami is one of my most favorite directors. So his films, like Certified Copy, for that matter, what a beautiful film.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a beautiful movie.
yeah.
What about Arabic movies? Did you see any Arabic movies?
I haven't. We don't get to see Arabic movies. Where do I watch it? I would love to see Arabic movies, and I'd like to know about Arabic actors. Some of them I keep seeing in some Hollywood movies sometimes. That it must be from somewhere in Arab world, but like Umar Sharif, and we just know he's the greatest. I mean, so far that I know. I have seen one beautiful. I've seen a beautiful movie, Arabic movie. Arabic actor. Oh God, it's the movie on Algerian revolution.
Yeah, it is Pipasha.
The War of Algiers.
Yeah, the War of Algeria. Yeah.
And I met the actor, the lead actor, when he was 80 years old.
Wow.
I met him in Venice Festival in 2017.
Wow.
Or 16. He came to because that film was being shown, and I was with him. I met his daughter. I was with him. I was sitting with him. We spoke. So Arabic films, we unfortunately in India, we are not introduced to those films. And I hope I get a list from you so that, and I can watch it, few of them.
I hope, inshallah. In New Delhi, they have the New Delhi Film Festival. They're showing mostly Arabic movies early, like 1 or 3 movies.
Okay.
I believe. Okay, Mr. Adil, in Arabic country, in Egypt. Egypt is the biggest film cinema in Arab world. The superstar of Egypt, his name is Adil. Like your name, Adil. I want to say about the coincidence. His name Adil Imam. Adil Imam, he's very famous actor, superstar of Arabic world. According to favorite singers, who is your favorite singers all time?
Sorry, your visual is breaking up for some reason.
Yeah,
is it my...
I'm still continuing the favorite question. Do you see me? Yeah. So, what is your favorite singers from any place? Who you want to listen to much?
Well, one of my favorite singers would be classical singing, Mr. Bhimsen Joshi, and if playback singer, I would say Mukesh.
Wow.
I think he was an amazing singer. Manna Dey was an amazing singer. Hemant Mukherjee, who is an amazing singer. Yeah, I can go on. Yeah,
that's Mukesh. When you give me Mukesh name, I remember so many of Raj Kapoor songs, and one of my best Dharamji song, "Aaya hai mujhe phir yaad wo zalim, guzara zamana bachpan ka." This one of my favorite songs.
And also favorite singer. I know. I mean, one of my world music favorite singer is Ali Farkature.
Wow.
He's from Africa. He's amazing Malian singer. He's from Mali, I guess, and he's Arabic folk song he sings.
Wow.
Yeah, and Cameroon, who is a Spanish flamenco singer.
Wow. It's all unique singers you are choosing, not the people we know them like Mohammed Rafi, Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar. Yeah. So what about actors? Your favorite actors?
My most favorite actor in Indian film industry, who is no more, his name is Balraj Shahani and Chobi Vishwas.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's the Hakikat guy. Wow.
Yes, Hakikat and Waqt. And I think he is so far, according to me, the finest actor India has produced. He was so natural. He did not, when you look at him, you don't feel he's acting. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know about him, but I think he's the finest. Because he was also trained very well in Russia. He was trained well in the Moscow Art Theatre. So he learned the craft, very, very fine craft, very well.
Wow. That's indeed, he's very good actor. Okay, Mr. Adil, now it is a little bit light time. It is quiz time for you. And this quiz is, this quiz is regarding to your movies. I will give you title of your movies in Arabic, and you should know it, what the meaning of that title.
Oh dear. I don't know Arabic at all.
But
okay, I will imagine. Okay.
Yeah, you will imagine, and you see my ishara, mere isharo ko aap dekh sakte ho. I will put some examples of your name, some example, maybe you will understand it. So first movie, the name of movie is in Arabic, Azif Al-Kamanja.
Sorry, one more, you broke up.
Azif Al-Kamanja.
There's a connection problem. I'm not joking, it's real.
Yeah. Again, I will. You see my hand?
Little bit. Come, bring it closer.
Yeah, Azif Al-Kamanja.
No, I don't know.
I'm playing something. I'm playing with the music.
Oh, the violin player. The violin player.
The violin player. Yes, the violin player.
Yes.
Yeah, it is one of the what is called. It's very art movie and very very good movie, really.
Yes.
I believe so many people
Very good movie, yeah.
they didn't watch it maybe, but I love your role in that
Yeah.
movie, special.
Yes.
Okay. And this one is your favorite movie. In Arabic, it's called فندق الخلاص. فندق الخلاص.
Mukti Bhavan? No.
Yes, Mukti Bhawan.
Okay.
Yeah, فندق it's mean hotel. Hotel.
All right.
Al-Khalas
Hotel
is-
Salvation.
Yeah, الخلاص mean salvation.
Salvation.
Okay.
Wow.
And
I
this
know
movie-
Khalas, so I
Yeah,
imagine.
خلاص.
I know Khalas.
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah,
Finished.
خلاص. Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay, this is a little bit maybe difficult, but I will show you. السارق. السارق. I will give you example in
السارق.
Hindi with كلمة سارق, the word سارق. An example Hindi, ये मेरे से बहुत सरक किया है, मेरे हर चीज को सरक किया है. السارق.
Sarak.
मेरे दिल को सरक किया है.
I don't know.
Is this-
I'm sorry. I'm very bad.
मैंने आदिल हुसैन का मोबाइल सरक किया है, छीन लिया है. सरक
Oh.
किया. السارق.
Okay. Which film?
السارق.
Did I do any film which I snatch something?
No,
No,
you
please tell
are
me.
not
I
snatching.
give up.
You are going behind of snatching people, searching for snatching people.
मैं और Charles? No.
No.
No,
It's one
Lutera.
word.
Lutera.
Yes, لوتيرا.
Lutera.
لوتيرا.
Lutera.
السارق لوتيرا.
Yes.
Okay, this is. I feel it is maybe easy. The name of movie التنكر. التنكر. जब हम तनक्कुर करते हैं अपने चेहरों को ताकि कोई
ढाक लेते हैं,
नहीं
मतलब
पहचाने.
कवर करते हैं. हाँ.
Yes, التنكر.
I don't remember. Oh dear. No, sorry.
You did a special role in the movie and villain role, and you have very good dialogue in the movie. मुझे अच्छे लोग पसंद नहीं और मुझे ईमानदार लोग पसंद नहीं है. Something like that.
क्या पसंद नहीं?
ईमानदार लोग पसंद नहीं है मुझे. जब
अय्यारी,
बदल जाओगे मुझे
okay.
अय्यारी. Yes.
Ayari.
अय्यारी. Yes. अय्यारी. It's mean
Okay,
التنكر.
okay.
Last two,
Okay,
if you are not
okay.
bothering Mr. Adil, last two,
No,
I think
no.
this is it's very easy. Its name التعليم.
Taleen is education, no?
Yeah. So what is your movie التعليم?
Oh God, which is one? I don't remember.
In the education field. It is in the education
Pariksha.
field. Pariksha.
Pariksha.
Pariksha. Your latest movie.
I know. God. Yeah.
This is the final. The name of your movie. It's الخبر المفرح. मैं तुम्हें खबर मुफरह दूंगा अभी. खुश हो जाओ.
Good news.
Yes, good news. Yes, you are right.
Mr. Hamid, did you see a film called What Will People Say?
What? It is in English name, the same name in
No,
English,
it's
or
a
in
Norwegian film. It's a Norwegian film that I did, and it's a very well made film. It ran for 6 months in Norway, and also it was the Norway's submission for Oscars in 2018. So I play one of the leads. It's a father-daughter story. I play the father. And I also received the Norwegian National Award for that. So that is one of the movies I think I would recommend you to watch.
I hope that is available online or.
Yes, I'm sure it will be available somewhere. What will people say?
Great. And it's recommended to all people who were with us. And they are giving you the answer, but you didn't see the answer from Arab people.
I can't see. Yeah. I have to wear my glasses. I have
Yeah.
to wear my glasses to see and all that.
So at the end, Mr. Adil, can we go for little questions from the audience, if you don't mind, if you have
Yes,
time?
of course. Go ahead. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Great. I will choose one of the question. One of the girls, she's named Nana from Kuwait, Nana 2000. She's saying, Mr. Adil, I hate you in the English movie. So I said, I think about that movie, English, you're acting and you're. So, but she's saying that you was brilliant also in that movie, and we love you so much.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you.
I will choose you one guy also from Morocco. His name Yasser. He said, I loved your words, and I loved that you are so many you are educate man, because your answer is like, when I'm asking about favorite people, you're giving names of really genius people. So you are very educational man or something like that. He's Yasser from Morocco. And
Thank
about
you,
Morocco,
Mr. Yasser.
And about Morocco, I want to say something about Assam. Assam and Morocco, they are same in talking way. Like when you said in your interviews that for male, hum bolte hain male ko kahan jati ho. So in Morocco also they say same thing to the male, kahan jati ho, in Arabic word. The Arabic is different. So their Arabic is different than our Arabic.
Arabic. I had been to Marrakesh to shoot in Morocco, and
Wow.
I loved it. I loved the night market in Marrakesh in the night, which happens. And so thank you for, saying what you're saying. And I love your country. I'd love to go back and visit with my family. It would be so nice to go to Morocco.
That's, I think, Agent Vinod movie, if I remember.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yes.
There is a lady, I don't know her name. Your favorite, the name is Ginn. I don't know the name. Favorite scene from Pariksha? She's asking you.
Oh, my favorite scene from Pariksha is when I see my son first time going to school and I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, wow.
I just leave him on the door and I just look at him with like, oh my God, my dream came true. That's one of my most. It's a short scene. It's not a big scene. It's a very short scene, but I just love that scene. Of course, there are other beautiful scenes when my wife Priyanka Bose and I keep looking at my son, our son, who's sleeping, and I'm like, "What are you thinking?" I said, "No, nothing." Those are small, like, tiny little scenes which I love, really love.
Wow. And my favorite, there are two scenes when you are singing while you are riding the rickshaw for children. Baba Bilifsib,
Yes.
that's very nice. And when they catch you as a thief, that scene also.
Oh, I know.
Wow,
Yeah.
brilliant scene.
Yeah.
Also, they are saying my favorite when you sleeping with the bride. He's shipping Sherpa boy. I don't know, maybe the same movie, I think. Pariksha, they are talking about it.
Oh,
actually.
I don't understand. Huh.
Okay. There is Ahmed. He is asking your favorite cricketer. Maybe this question I don't know because we love football.
Ahmed, I have not been watching cricket since 1985 or something. Since the time one of the cricketers was caught to be cheating, and I fell out of love of cricket after that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't watch. I just know some faces. Of course, Tendulkar I know because I keep seeing him on advertisement most of the time, more than cricket. And I know some of the names, but I don't really. I have stopped watching cricket when it became commercial. I stopped. Too commercial for me. So sorry.
Okay, we'll go for the last two questions. One is from Iraq. His name Mus'ab. He's saying, "Hi, sir. We are your fan from Iraq, Al Basra." His name Mus'ab.
Huh? Hi,
The
Musab. I
question,
have a connection with Iraq. Sorry, before you tell me the question, my connection with
yeah.
Iraq is my mother's father was from Iraq.
Oh,
He walked from Iraq as a Sufi saint. His name was Sayyid Nasruddin Shah Qadiri Baghdadi. So he was from Baghdad. Qadiri
okay.
family. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
came to India in Assam in 1875. I never been to Iraq, but I am little bit Iraqi. So yeah, tell me your question.
Yeah, that's something new I heard about you. So he will be
Right.
happy. I think if he will come again, he will be happy that you said that. There is a question from Morocco. I forget the name. He's saying, asking you, what is your favorite actor from new generation? I believe he want to ask you about Hindi cinema, new
Ah, new
generation.
generation. Yeah, yeah. I think Rajkumar is a very good actor.
Yeah,
Rajkumar Rao.
of course.
There are so many good actors in new generation. I mean, I see all these young actors are so good. Who else? Ayushman is a very good actor, I think.
Mhm.
And then I don't watch many movies, but I've seen Rajkumar sometimes and Ayushman. Yeah, they're pretty good actors.
Wow. And what about female actresses?
Female actor, I like Richa Chadda very much. I
Oh,
like Kalki Kekla. Then Radhika Apte is, we acted together also in one or two films. Yeah, they're very good. Most of them are very good actors. The young generation, they have seen world cinema, and they have seen good acting, and not very stylized like in the old age, like we grew up watching you and I.
of course,
Rajkumar ji, Devaran Saab, hey, kya haal
of
hai,
course,
and all that.
of course.
So they have their lovely things. We love them, but nowadays it's more realistic and more, So yeah,
Yeah,
they're
but
very good
why
actors.
yeah, but why this आदिल सर मैं हिंदी में बोलूंगा ये क्यों हम
हाँ
जब
बिल्कुल.
बचपन की बात जब सोचते हैं बचपन के एक्टर्स या सुपरस्टार उनको ऐसा ऐसा देखते हैं कि वेरी यूनिक नॉट लाइक दिस डेज इसका मतलब क्या है इसका रीजन क्या है आप बता सकते हो
मेरे ख्याल से जो दिमाग में आया, आप जैसे पूछ रहे थे मुझे, मेरे ख्याल से कि उनके अंदर कुछ एक ग्रेस, अलग किस्म का एक ग्रेस था उसके अंदर. शाली, there was a bit of grace, there's a bit of dignity, more dignity as a human being, and there was a sense of commitment to the greater cause, to the society, why they're doing movies. There was more integrity in their as human beings, I think. अभी भी है, लेकिन it's now it has become very commodified. It's way commercial, apart from acting, most actors are busy with networking and this and that. So I don't see this grace which I saw in Balraj Sahani or in Rajkumar or in even Bachchan Saab those days. I don't see that much. They're very good actors, but somehow I feel there is a loss of innocence.
जैसे धर्म जी बोल रहे थे पहले कुछ साल पहले कि ये मंडी बन गई है ये सिनेमा इंडस्ट्री एक
Exactly.
मंडी
Yes.
या
So मंडी जब बन जाते हैं तब वो जो लॉस ऑफ इनोसेंस, एक आर्टिस्टिक इनोसेंस जो होती है, that people see it when you come in front of the camera. So I miss that. I miss that in modern actors. Almost all modern actors, I don't see it. There is a sense of too much of cleverness. They're good actors, but there is a cleverness, there is a strategic, there is a scheming, you know, that what should I do? Oh, I have to go there, I have to meet him, I have to, all that planning and scheming and strategy. So that kills your innocence. And I don't see that in most of the modern actors. I don't see it, which we saw in, you know, in the earlier actors. And that is a sort of a curse of market society, I would say.
Okay. Apki, at the end, I need your advice to all people, especially the people who joining now class of acting, and people who will to join this cinema. What is your advice to them?
God, this advice I am not for you, but for myself also. That I think it is very important, first of all, to recognize whether you are able to act without getting paid, without getting recognized for next 10 years, to find out whether you really love acting or not, or whatever you want to do in the film world. If you are not getting recognized and if you're not getting paid for next 10 to 15 years, will you still be doing what you're doing? And if you think you can do without getting recognized or paid or no name, maybe you'll have your little food and little house, you know, some shelter. If you still do it, then you are in love with that profession of acting or any other department in the film industry. Then it doesn't matter after a point whether you are recognized or not. If you get money, then it will be bonus. If you get name, it will be bonus. It is not the essential requirement, should not be fame and name or money. That's the only advice. And that's how I had been operating so far.
Wow. 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 Sir Adil, I'm so glad to meet you. I'm so glad to have this lovely session with you, lovely interview. You are really down of the earth. People, they don't know that Mr. Adil, when I send him message to do this live session, he answered me in the same time, not like some actors, they take like 2 or 3 days. And also he's down to there that he give me his number and he talked to me and to join with me this live. And I'm sorry that the live, it was maybe some trouble of connection, but alhamdulillah, we have you. And I pray that next time when my long feature movie I will take you in this movie. And I know that you will do Emirati movie with us.
Okay, I'd love to. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adil.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who were listening and participated. And salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Please share it, and I will take it from you.
I will share it. I'll share it. Yes, I'll share it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.